They say some girls are born with a foot in two worlds. One in the land of the living, one in the world of spirits. And on the night of the blood moon, the balance shifts. That was the night F vanished. It was exam week at St. Agnes Girls' Seminary in Delta State. A thunderstorm had just passed, and the campus smelled of wet dust and hibiscus. F, 17, smart and sharp-tongued, was in the common room studying for her biology paper. She remembered sitting with her notes, then a loud ringing in her ears. And then, darkness. When F opened her eyes, she was on the football field. Alone. The air was too still. The moon above glowed red like it had swallowed the sun. Her school uniform clung damp to her skin. All around her, the shadows whispered. She stood up, dazed. Then she heard it. Singing. Children's voices. Faint. Sweet. Sinister. They were chanting in a dialect she couldn't fully understand, one her grandmother used when telling stories no one else was supposed to hear. F turned in a panic and began running back toward the school dorms. But no matter how fast she ran, she ended up back at the field. The ground beneath her buzzed with power. The air thickened, like something unseen was watching her. Waiting. Then, someone spoke. "You're late." Amara appeared. Standing at the center of the field was a girl. Her exact age. Her exact face. Same features. Same scar on the chin. Same hair. But her eyes were ancient. "I'm Amara," the girl said. "I'm the part of you that should have died. Your twin spirit. Your Ọgbanje." F shook her head. "I'm not one of you." Amara smiled coldly. "Aren't you? You just don't remember. But you were born into our world. You died. And you were called back. Again. And again. Until your mother broke the rules." The wind howled. The field cracked open like an eggshell. And the ground swallowed them both. When F opened her eyes again, she was in a chamber of mirrors. Each one reflected a different version of her, crying, burning with fever, drowning, sleeping. Each one showed a childhood death she had narrowly escaped. "You weren't lucky," Amara whispered. "You were saved." Again and again. Until she did something unforgivable. One mirror shimmered brighter than the rest. It showed her mother, alone, in a forest grove at night. In her hands, a newborn wrapped in red cloth. F. Before her, an altar of clay and bone. Her mother chanted, her hands trembling. Then, she took a dagger and sliced her own palm. Blood spilled onto the altar. "She made a pact," Amara said, "to keep you in the world of the living. But such things come with a price." In the vision, the goddess ỌGBANJEAn appeared, beautiful and terrible. She touched F's mother's womb, and it withered. "She gave up every child after you." A womb sealed in silence. For one daughter. F fell to her knees. "She never told me." "She couldn't," Amara hissed. Memory was the price. F was led into a grand, glowing courtyard where dozens of spirit children danced in a circle, wearing pendants with names of lives they never got to finish. One of them walked up to F. Her pendant read Adiko. She smiled gently. "You don't have to go back. We can give you a name without pain. A life without heartbreak." The others echoed, "Choose a name. Forget the suffering. Stay with us." Amara stepped closer. "They'll love you here. There's no death here. No fear. Just eternity." F looked down. Her own name, F, had appeared on her chest, burning like a brand. She wished to pull it off. But in that moment, her body remembered her mother's lullabies, her father's laughter before the accident, the long nights of hunger turned into jokes. The pain was hers. But so was the love. "I'll keep my name," she said. "Even if it hurts." And the courtyard shattered. As F staggered back to the surface world, she found herself inside the school chapel, but it had changed. There were no pews, no cross, only a cracked river stone, stained red. This wasn't a church. It never was. Amara appeared again, her eyes glowing now. "This was once the shrine of Erigby," she said. "The missionaries came. They called it evil, built walls over her altar, claimed her land. But she never left." F gasped. "You mean?" "Yes," Amara nodded. "St. Agnes Seminary is built on cursed ground. The blood of spirits sealed beneath its tiles. That's why the girls vanish every few years. The ones who hear the call." Amara leads F into the school's old well, abandoned for years. Deep inside were names carved into the stone walls. Girls who had once answered the call. Adiz, 1962. Gone during morning mass. Ngozi, 1979. Disappeared after confession. Chinelo, 1995. Found floating in the school pond. These girls, Amara whispered, did not make it back. They chose the spirit world. Or were taken. "You mean, I'm not the first?" F asked, trembling. "No," Amara smiled. "But you might be the last." Now came the hardest part. F stood at the entrance of a forest where the trees whispered names. One tree stood taller than the rest, bearing two names, F and Amara. "There's only space for one soul to return," Amara said. "Either you or me." "I never asked for this," F said. "But you're here. And someone must pay for the broken cycle." Then Amara began to change, her skin cracked like dried clay, her mouth stretched unnaturally. Her voice became a chorus of cries, of lost spirits. She lunged. F ran into the forest. The trees grabbed at her with whispers, "Stay. Forget. Rest." At the heart of the forest stood a shrine with a basin of river water. She looked in and saw herself as both girl and spirit, both living and dead. Then she understood. Amara wasn't just another spirit. She was F's other self. The part buried to keep her human. The shadow of all her narrow escapes. All the pain stored away. "I'm not your enemy," Amara said, tears in her cracked voice. "I'm your truth." F stepped forward and embraced her. "You were never meant to be erased," she whispered. "Come with me." As one. The wind howled. The names stopped whispering. And the two forms became one. Back to the world. F woke up in her bed. The bell rang for morning mass. Everything looked normal. But she was not the same. She carried both light and shadow now. She remembered her true name. She remembered the song. And when she looked in the mirror that morning, for the first time in her life, she saw herself whole. Before leaving school that day, F returned to the old well. She dropped a red cloth inside it, tied with a cowrie shell and a matchstick, just like her mother once did. She whispered, "Thank you for choosing me. I remember." And for a moment, the wind carried laughter. Not of children, but of ancestors. Watching. Waiting. Pleased.